Dora is 16, so she's in that weird stage where she's not a kid and she's not an adult, and her parents are worried about her trying to, like, when she goes into the real world, because she will eventually have to, they're like, okay, how is she gonna be? You know, we're a little worried about her. So they send her to live in Los Angeles with her cousin Diego, who's been sent to the city a long time ago. He was like 6 years old. So he's already kind of become a functioning member of society, whereas Dora is the opposite. It's a really, really clever way of kind of bringing that show that broke the fourth wall into like a big screen. She's exactly the same. Really, really smart about everything when it comes to the jungle. She's very educated on the animals and the seasons, and she knows a lot about cultures and languages, but she always looks at things as if it is something that she's studying. The only thing that she really has to take as a piece of information from her parents and advice when she goes into the high school is like, just be yourself. And that's really all she knows how to do. She doesn't know how to fake being another person in order to fit in with a certain group of people. So Dora is authentically herself, and I love that about her. It's quite endearing to find somebody like that in this world where it seems like everyone's just living for Instagram or posting about their lives and they're really controlling how people view their lives. But Dora's like, this is me, this is who I am. And I think that's a great lesson for kids, and that's a great lesson for really anyone. I mean, people my age specifically who are like, who am I? What am I gonna do in this world? And what do I have to offer? It's just, Dora taught me a few things. I don't think she was used to so much cement and very little nature and trees to look at. And social cues is something that she hasn't understood or really gotten down. And I think that was another obstacle that she had to face throughout the movie. I made it a goal to not ever make anything seem fake. Everything that every thought process, every single action that she did was for a reason, and it was authentic. Sammy, Randy, and Diego didn't end up there voluntarily, and the arc that they have as friends is really real to me. It's they go through a lot together, and I think by the end of the movie, the characters they cherish each other and their differences. But I feel as though growing up watching her and just seeing her, you know, just eternal joy for everything, even if she's getting attacked by an animal or something, and she's really excited about it. She's like, all right, let's work out. Like, let's work this through and find out how we're going to get out of this situation. And so I used that optimism and I just kind of amped it up a little bit more to make it more of a contrast between her and the kids that she goes to school with. She is like a really strong and smart, educated kind of character who it isn't written in a way where it's like strong feminist character. It is just the way that she is. My whole life I've been called Dora, and I was like, wow, I was meant to play this role. Literally, I felt so I just felt like her, you know? And everyone who saw it was just, they just started like smiling and laughing. They're like, yeah, this is it. It's pretty much it. And then when the bangs came on, dude, the bangs, it was crazy. I love my cast so much. I wasn't part of the casting process really. I had no say. And when every actor takes a risk when they're doing a big movie, whether it's like a romantic movie or a group movie like the Avengers or something, where you have no idea who you're gonna work with. And I gotta say, like, this is probably one of my favorite casts of all time because, I mean, they're all around my age. And Nick is just the sweetest guy. He plays Randy, and he's really talented. When you ask him if he can sing, he says, oh, I dabble, but he's actually amazingly talented, and he writes songs and stuff. And then Maddie is a brilliant actress and like someone I really admire. And then Jeffrey's just a sweetheart. I'm still friends with him to this day. I keep working with the Wahlbergs, you know, because I mean, Mark, I worked with him in 2 movies, and then I was like, Jeffrey Wahlberg, and they're like, yeah, he's related to Mark. And then Mark reached out and he said, yeah, you're working with my nephew, how is it? And Jeffrey's an absolute sweetheart who he loves family, and I can relate to him on that level, in that sense. I mean, I've just never seen such a big cast full of Latinos in a big Hollywood blockbuster type of movie, summer release. We have Eugenio Derbez, who is just the greatest human. I know I have a lot of nice things to say about everyone, but I mean it. I mean it. They're all just wonderful people. And Eva Longoria plays my mother, and I love her so much. And the fact that they thought that I could be related to her is quite flattering. And then Michael Peña is my dad, and he's hilarious. Like, I would show up or stay on set all day just to hear his improv. I honestly give James Bobin, the director, a lot of credit because he did the Muppets. And I feel like that says a lot, you know, like he treasures like the childhood, just the pure joy and the innocence, and he loves like bringing that out in the acting and in the script and in jokes. And he's just a really funny guy overall. He loves karaoke, and he just, you know, he has a bunch of kids himself, and he always brings them to set, and his whole family actually really comes to set. And he's just a wonderful person who I think was the perfect person to direct this kind of movie. He's very talented, and I also do music, so I appreciate people who not only just make it, but like understand it really. And that was really an honor because he also did some of the Muppets songs, and we kind of helped each other because he tried writing like some of the Spanish lines, and he was like, "I need some corrections. If there are any that you see, just make them, and I'll just write them in." So that was fun. It was a fun experience. There was also a choir that came in, a choir of like talented, harmonizing, like at least 5-part harmonies going on in the background of that song, and it's just gonna sound brilliant. I appreciate the representation, which I think is very like underrated or not really spoken of because I mean there is Spanish in this movie, and there is, I mean, a whole cast of Latinos, and Adriana Barraza, who's a really well known and respected actress, is in this movie, and I just think it's wonderful.